Okay, Nick. So today's lesson, we both agreed that we was going to be talking about space. So when you think about space, can you tell me what you think and what you know? What springs to mind?
Well, I do know about the ISS space station. It is supposed to it will orbit the Earth, and it will allow to it will allow humans to work and live in space for long periods of time.
Hmm. Good. Now what I've done, I've sent you an email with a reading. I'd like you to read it for me, please.
Okay. The ISS will orbit the Earth, allowing humans to live and work in space for long periods of time. Scientists will be able to study the long-term effects of microgravity, the weightless environment of the ISS, on humans, as well as chemical, physical, and biological processes. These studies should lead to advances in medicine, technology, industrial materials, and in other practical areas. The ISS also serves as a stepping stone on the solar system because to undertake such missions, we must first understand how humans can survive in space for such long journeys. 16 countries are working together to build the ISS: the United States, Russia, Canada, Japan, Brazil, and the nations of the European Space Agency: Belgium, Britain, Denmark, France, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Norway, Spain, Sweden, and Switzerland. The ISS is being assembled piece by piece in space. Enormous and heavy, it can only be built in microgravity. The first component of the ISS was Zarya, the control module built by Russia. It was launched into orbit in November 1999 and was followed a few weeks later by the US model Unity. The two modules were connected in space, beginning an assembly that will include over 70 more components and take at least 6 more years to complete.
Very good, Nick. Nick, what do you think it would be like to live in space?
Well, it will be really interesting because, uh, people don't really know much about space for now, and well, living in space was going to be something new for people, and they can learn more things about space.
Good. Just take some time to consider everyday activities on the space station. How do you think people will sort of survive? For example, like eating, taking a shower, and using the bathroom.
Well, it'll be really different because, well, in space uh, there's no gravity, and I know that eating is done with uh, tubes, I think. I'm not sure how spacemen eat from them. And no, using a shower, I don't even know how that works.
Having a shower.
And and to sleep, uh, I think I read somewhere that spacemen tie themselves to their beds.
Very interesting. And what do you think is the reason for this? Why do they tie themselves to the bed?
Not to float away from them because there is no gravity.
Good. And what might be some challenges of living on the ISS?
Mm, well, maybe there won't be much entertainment, I guess, but I actually don't know what spacemen can do to occupy their time
To
in
keep
space.
to keep entertained. And what about eating food, for example? Things that we take for granted down here on Earth, probably a lot more difficult up in space.
Yeah, uh, I'm not sure how they eat. I know that they eat from tubes, but I don't know. Do they just uh, eat the food from the tubes